A warm welcome to you one and all. Myself, Vaibagula Hepsiba, one of the trainer from SchoolNet, working in Andhra Pradesh Tribal Welfare Ekalavya Model School in Vairamvaram, East Godavari district, Andhra Pradesh. Now, I am here to explain you about the most important topic in English language, which is punctuations. You may have good language skills and know how to express yourself in the language, but without the knowledge of a punctuation marks, your skills, especially in a written format, will be incomplete. A piece of writing which does not include punctuation marks is difficult to read. Students, writing skills are very important. You write your class notes, you do your homeworks, and also in order to get good marks in your examinations, you need to present your readings on paper. So, to make an impact on the examiner, it is important for you to take care of these little marks to come across as a serious and professional writer. So, in this module, we'll learn the commonly used punctuation marks, their importance, and uses. So, let us see and understand punctuations. What are punctuation marks? Punctuation marks are the symbols that are used to aid the clarity and comprehension of written language. So, the writings which includes these symbols will be easy to read and understand. They also create sense, clarity, and stress in sentences. So they help our writings more clearer and meaningful. Why do we need this punctuation marks exactly in our English language? So as we have already discussed, they may give a clearer meaning to our sentences in a written format. So they give structure to our writings in a well organized manner. So a piece of writing which includes punctuation marks is very much easy to understand and it is easy to read. So these punctuation marks will help us to improve our skillful writing capability. So let us discuss the types of punctuation marks. There are many punctuation marks out of we'll discuss. The first one is full stop. So full stop may be also called as can be also referred as period, or it can be stated as point. So how it is used exactly? The full stop is used to mark the end of a declarative sentence. So when you want to end a statement, then you can put a full stop at the end of a sentence. Let us see the example here. Can you identify the picture here? There are three friends here. So Shailu, Navya and Varshni are best friends. It's a statement indicating that these three uh, girls are best friends, right? So the sentence is ended with a full stop. So full stop can be used to end a sentence. The next one is, the next punctuation mark is comma. So comma can be used in several areas. The first one is, it is used for phrases, clauses, and in a series. So they are used for separation of different words. So let us see an example here. Gandhiji, the father of the nation, died on 30th January 1948. So here is the great personality who is Gandhiji. So who is the father of the nation? It is referring to Gandhiji, who Gandhiji was died on 30th January. So these words are interlinked to each other and they thus separated by a comma without repeating themselves. So first one is, it is used to separate your words or can be used in phrases and clauses in a series. So next one, when you want to address a person. So suppose you want to address a teacher. Then you can say, yes, sir. Sir is referring to a teacher or someone else, right? So when you want to address a person, you can use comma there. Yes, sir. So do you understand? Yes, sir. Do you understand? Yes, ma'am. So there we can use a comma here. The next one, comma can also be used to separate numbers, dates, and address. So see an example here. I was born on 29th August 1994 in Vishakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. So the numbers, what is the number here? I was born on 29th August. In which year? 1994. In which the birthplace Vishakhapatnam, which is located in Andhra Pradesh. So these numbers, dates, and address can be separated with a comma. There we can use commas, right? The next one, the next area where we can use comma is when two persons or things are contrasted or opposite to each other. Then we can separate them with a comma. Example, see here, I meant Nagu, not Navya. So this statement says I was referring to Nagu. So I was not referring to Navya. So here I can separate the two persons with a comma. The next area where we can use comma is for direct quotations. See the example? She said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, the direct statement said by some person. So when I'm going to say that she said that I'm sorry, I'm referring her statement, direct statement, which is I'm sorry. So there we can use separate comma before the statement, direct quotation. So this is the punctuation. Mark comma is used in different areas. Try to understand. The next punctuation mark is question mark. We may use more times in our writings, right? So where do we use this question mark? Question mark is used to mark the end of a sentence which is a question, direct question, right? So see the example here. Are you listening to alphabet song? The answer may be yes or no, but it's a question stating that are you listening or not, right? So it's a question and it should be end with a question mark. So the question should be end with a question mark, whereas the statement should end with a full stop, or it is also called a period, right? The next one is exclamation mark. Exclamation mark is used after interjections and phrases and sentences. So this is majorly used when to express your emotions and wishes. So see the example, you can clearly understand. Wow, my dear, you won first prize. So it's a surprising statement that she won first prize. She was happy to get first prize. So she is indicating her expression with a word wow, and it should be followed by a exclamation mark. So when a sudden expressions are uh, stated, then we can use exclamation mark. The next punctuation mark is semicolon. Semicolon is used to separate two independent clauses in a compound sentence. It is used to stress the close relationship between one sentence and another. So let us see the example. The class was cancelled today. Teacher was homesick. Why the class was cancelled? Because the teacher was feeling ill, right? So the two sentences are interlinked with each other, or the reason of this previous statement can be explained here, which is separated by a semicolon. So two statements interlinked with each other can be separated by a semicolon. The next punctuation mark is colon. Colon can be used in three different areas. The first one is, it is used before a list or a quote. So when a different list of items can be mentioned in one group, then we can display a colon. See the example. There are many punctuation marks. So now, up to now, we have discussed 5 punctuation marks, right? So what are the punctuation marks up to now we have discussed? We have discussed full stop, we have discussed question mark, exclamation mark, colon, semicolon, and these are comes under one group called as punctuation marks. So punctuation marks can be categorized into a list which is displayed with a colon here, right? Also, colon can use to separate hours and minutes. So you can say, you can ask like, what is the time now? You can say, it's now the time is 9:15. 9 hours 15 minutes, right? So 9 hours is separated by 9 hours and 15 minutes are separated by a colon. So there we use colon. And colon is used to separate elements of a mathematical ratio. So this colon can also be used in mathematics. So we have in maths we have the ratios and proportions we read, right students? So in ratios we state as 2:1, 2 by 1, all these represented with a colon symbol. So there also we can use this punctuation mark. The next punctuation mark is quotation marks. So quotation marks are also called as inverted commas. So these are used when you want to display the exact words of a speaker or you want to display a quotation. For example, she said, let's eat. So someone is saying that, let's eat. So let's see is the basic sentence which is said by some speaker. So there we can use quotation marks. The next punctuation mark is apostrophe. So this can be used in two different ways. It is used when you want to indicate a ownership, when you want to represent ownership. So for example, Ayesha's book is missing. Whose book is missing? Ayesha. So the ownership, the owner of this book is Ayesha. So apostrophe is used at the names Ayesha's book is missing. Okay. So next one, it is used as a substitute for missing letters. So we observe the words like can't, don't, let's. All these statements are have an abbreviation version. So cannot, can't. We simply use cannot as can't. So there we have to keep an apostrophe to in order to display that there is missing letters in that and we are using it in a simplified manner. Okay. Example, I can't find my skills book. Can't is a cannot is abbreviation form of can't. It's a simplified form of can't, right? The next punctuation mark is hyphen. A hyphen is used to join two or more words together into a compound term and is not separated by spaces. So for example, my 8-year-old boy loves reading. One is the boy who is 8 years old, right? So here 8-year-old, they have different meanings, but when combined with a single word, when combined with a hyphen, it states as a single word. So my 8-year boy loves reading. So there are other examples also. We can use part-time, well-known, back-to-back. All these are examples of words which is used with hyphen which have a different meaning when compared individually. Next punctuation marks are braces, brackets, parentheses. So they have different meanings. We may confuse with their notations. The first one is braces. Braces are used to contain two or more lines of text or listed items to show that they are considered as a single unit. So I can say divide the class into 4 groups. So the group 1 names are displayed in a one set when one unit. Group 2 numbers are identified. All the list of numbers are identified in group 2. So I can make a list out there. Each list or each unit can be considered as will be displayed as in braces. Okay. Next is brackets. Brackets are the squared off notations used for technical explanations or to give clarity or to clarify your meanings. See the example here. You can easily understand. She was the last person to leave the classroom. Who is she? Who left the classroom? We need the clarification, right? So she is Satya, Miss Satya. So she referring to Miss Satya. So we have clarified our meaning, which should be represented in brackets because it may be important or may not be necessary. Right? The next one is parenthesis. Parentheses are the curved notations used to contain further thoughts or qualify remarks. So, see the example. Beulah and Hepzibah got similar marks in exam. Who are Beulah and Hepzibah? These two are twin sisters. So, we may need this information or may not. So, that should be represented in parentheses, brackets, open brackets. Next one, ellipsis. The next punctuation mark is ellipsis. Ellipses are indicated with three dots, three full stops. An ellipse indicates that part of a text has to be intentionally been left out. So we leave some of the parts in a sentence. So see the example here. She began to count 1, 2, 3 and so on up to 10 and then how to find her friends. So if you are suppose she is playing hide and seek. So she want to count down from 1 to 10. So we know the numbers from 1 to 10, right? So we cannot it is not necessary to write full numbers. So we represent with an ellipsis, which is three dots. So here we can in these situations we may use ellipse. So these are some of the punctuation marks we discussed. So let us briefly describe them. So as we have already discussed it, now I'm going to uh, review these punctuation marks. So as we have said, first one is full stop, which is used to end a sentence. So see the example here, Shailu, Navya and Varshini are best friends. It's a statement, so it should be ended with a full stop. Next one, the second punctuation mark is comma, which is used to separate list of items. So as we have observed, Gandhiji, the father of nation, died on 30th January 1948. So this words 30th January, year, birthplace, uh, father of the nation are all referred to Gandhiji and is separated by a comma. The next one, question mark, is used to ask a question. Do you understand? It's a question. You may say yes or no. So it's a question mark. For a question we use question mark. Next one, exclamation mark is used for expressing your emotions. Wow, you look so beautiful. So it's an expression that she is surprised to see you. She's happy to see you beautiful. Right? Next one, semicolon, which is used to link elements in a sentence, link words in a sentence. So the class was cancelled today. Teacher is homesick. The two sentences are interlinked with each other and can be separated by a semicolon. Next one, colon, which introduces a list. Punctuation marks. There are several punctuation marks. What are they? So punctuation marks. After punctuation marks, we put a semicolon, which displays all these lists can be comes under punctuation marks. Next one, quotation marks, which is used to say the direct statements of others, which is used to display the direct statements of others or quotations. So my mother said, let's eat. So my mother said that eat. Next one, apostrophe, which shows ownership or missing letters. So bring me Ayesha's book. Whose book it is? Ayesha's. The owner of the book is Ayesha. Next one, hyphen, which is used to join two different words and can be stated in a single word. So I need part-time job. Part-time job. Part-time are different words when it is displayed in a single word by using hyphen. Next one, brackets. We have seen brackets, braces and parentheses briefly. You can refer to it. Next one, ellipsis, which is used for the parts where we intentionally left out some words in a sentence.
Children, now let us examine ourselves how much we have understood punctuation marks with an activity. So here are some questions and we have to choose appropriate punctuation mark for each sentence. So let us start. Don't worry, I am here to help you. So first question. Do you think it will snow tonight? So what is the punctuation mark can be chosen for this sentence? Is it question mark, is it exclamation mark, or is it period? Children, so here, do you think it will snow tonight? So it is maybe yes or no. So yes or no type is a question, right? So here it should end with a question mark as it is a question. So the first one, for the first sentence, the punctuation mark is question mark, right? Second one, what time is she going to bed? As we have said, the question tags will start with what, when, where, and do. All this starts with, ends with a question mark. So we have to place a question mark. What time is she going to bed? It may be 9 o'clock, it may be 10 o'clock, right? So it's a question asking you that when will you go to bed? So second sentence is also a question tag. Next let us go for the third sentence. I'm exhausted. What do you mean by exhausted? Do you know, children? It means tired, right? When you do so much of work, we get tired, right? So it's an expression saying that I'm tired. So here, for expression, what will we use as a punctuation mark? Yes, it is exclamation mark, which is used to express our emotions, right? So I'm exhausted is the last punctuation mark which should be used is exclamation mark. Next one, the coffee is on the table. So someone is saying that they put a coffee on the table. So it is a simple sentence. So sentence should end with a full stop, right? So a full stop can also be called as period. So it should be ended with a full stop. The coffee is on the table, full stop, right? Yes, next go for next one. So let us test ourselves with these questions also. First question, I really want that dress in black, red, pink and blue. We know that we use when there are different items or things in a sentence, those should be separated by a comma, right? So there are 4 colors here. So they should be separated with a comma, right? So the answer is that I really want that dress in black, comma, red, comma, pink and blue, right? Get. Next go for second question. Can we go to the movies on Friday, June 19th? So where should be the comma placed? Can you guess, students? Yes, the dates, year, months are separated by comma, right? So the comma should be placed after Friday. Yes, good. Next question. She asked us to pick up milk, butter, cheese and eggs. So there are 4 things here. What are they? Milk, butter, cheese and eggs. So these things can be separated by a comma. Very good. So the answer is she asked us to pick up milk, comma, butter, comma, cheese and eggs. Good. Next one. Going for the first question. Mary's cat ran across our street. So as we know that singular possessive nouns What is the noun here? Mary, right? Your name is Mary. So, as it is a single possessive noun, we have to separate it by a apostrophe. And yes, right? It is Mary's cat. So, after Mary, apostrophe, single apostrophe, yes, cat ran across our street. That's the answer, right? Next one. I shouldn't buy that dress tonight. So as we have said that shouldn't, or it is a should not, right? So not can be separated by N apostrophe T. It's a shortcut form. So we should write as I shouldn't, should not. N apostrophe T can be specified as not. So I shouldn't buy that dress today.